The first thing is find your one word. And it's not just timely because I actually have a book about it, but really because I feel it's one of the most important things that you can do. It's understanding what you stand for as a human being, because you will likely say no to opportunities that could support you, but you're really just afraid. Or you say yes to opportunities that don't support you, but you don't have the framework to make that right decision. When you understand what it is that you stand for, you start to raise your standards of the people that you're around, of what you will and will not accept anymore, and it just really makes a big impact on your own self-confidence. When you are saying no to something, it's not out of fear, it's out of principle. And being able to understand the difference, a lot of times when people identify what their one word is, it's happy because they have clarity, but also sad because they realize how much of things in their life are not congruent with where they should be. For you to realize the potential that you have, you need to act a certain way that is most true to you, and you'll notice how many things in your life currently, from the people you're around, to the businesses you're involved in, to the things that you're doing on a day-to-day basis, are not in line with you achieving that best version of yourself status. And when you realize what your one word is, things start to change. And so that self-awareness to understand who you are, what you stand for, and start making decisions around that makes a huge difference in your self-confidence, because when you're saying no to something, it's out of conviction, not out of fear of being judged.
Self-confidence comes from doing difficult things. When you face adversity and you tell yourself it's too difficult, you lose self-confidence. When you face adversity and you push through it, you act, you go forward, you build self-confidence. Most people won't do difficult things because your identity is tied to the results. You only feel good about yourself when you win, and so you'll only do things where there's a fairly high % chance of you actually winning. And so that leads to you playing small forever and always doubting yourself. You know you're capable of more, but you're afraid to fail. The trick to playing a bigger game and building real self-confidence is feeling good about yourself when you try, not when you win. Celebrate the effort, not the results, because you likely won't get immediate results at the beginning, especially if you're doing difficult things. But if you tie your self-esteem to your effort and you keep putting in the effort, you will get results. To do the difficult things, you need to respect your effort more than winning. My biggest fear is around disappointing people. I hate the idea of letting somebody down. And so it used to prevent me from taking action, because I would be so paralyzed by fear of letting that person down that I would secretly hope that they would cancel on me. I remember when I booked my trip to Brunei, I was invited to do a keynote speech in Brunei to help their young entrepreneurs there. And I agreed to it months in advance. And then as we started getting closer to it, I started having mini panic attacks, like, oh my God, it's coming up. Oh my God, it's coming. Why did I say yes to this? I hope they cancel. I hope they cancel. I'd be checking my email 3, 5, 8 times a day, expecting the, sorry, Evan, it's over. It's not happening. You know, we'll still pay you, or we won't pay you. It doesn't matter, but you don't have to come anymore. It's like, yeah, you know, I'm waiting for that email. And it never came, so I had to go. And that's not just for the big things. Like, okay, that makes sense. It's in Brunei, different country, never been there. It's on national TV. It's a big deal. You're getting paid a lot of money to go there. Great, it makes sense that you're scared of that. I'd be afraid even on a small micro level. I remember being afraid of meeting entrepreneurs in coffee shops. And there's one woman in particular that this really sparked a change for me. There's one woman who I agreed to meet at a coffee shop. She was pure startup mode. And I remember just before the meeting, checking my email, same thing. I'd be checking my email a couple times before, waiting for her to cancel on me, waiting for her to say, I can't make it, I'm delayed, it's not gonna work, and be like, yes, no problem, I can go off and do something else. It never came, right? She never canceled on me. And so because I was worried about letting her down, I would go to the meeting. I wouldn't cancel myself, and I would not show up, because that's the ultimate letting her down. So I still had to go. And it ended up being such a great conversation. And I remember sitting in the car afterwards, and I'm about to come home, and I just had this fantastic conversation with this beautiful person, and was able to help her, was able to shift her business, was able to give her a perspective that she wasn't thinking about before, was able to inject her with belief that she was off now building a better business for herself. And I made that happen in a really short amount of time. And this was what made me feel the best. Helping people get to where they need to go is the thing that fills me up the most, more than making videos. This is the thing that fills me up the most. And I almost wish that it didn't happen. right? Like I wish that it didn't happen. I was waiting for her to cancel on me. And I remember having this moment sitting in the car. It's like, what am I doing? Why am I so afraid of this thing? The thing that I love doing the most is the thing that makes me the most fearful, and I almost sabotage myself. And so from that moment, I decided that I need to tie my self-worth, my actions, my confidence to the doing. That it may not work out. That chances are it's gonna work out, but it may not work out. And that's okay. That I need to show up, that I need to push through, because the only way to actually then gain your self-confidence, to gain more respect for yourself, is by doing the difficult things, whether it works out or not. So this is a new test series for me. I'd love to know who you think said it best, 2016 Evan or 2019 Evan, and what did you learn? Let me know down in the comments below. If you want to learn how to make money with cooking videos, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there. Instead, steal these 10 video ideas and let's start making you up to 578% more money compared to the average recipe video.